Most men assume younger women are naturally attracted to younger men. It sounds logical because they share the same generation, similar lifestyles, and common experiences. Yet real-life relationships often reveal a completely different reality. Every year, countless younger women willingly choose older men despite having plenty of younger options available. This pattern appears so frequently that it raises an important question many people struggle to answer. What exactly do younger women see in older men? Why do some women become deeply attracted to someone significantly older when younger men seem more compatible on the surface? Most people think they already know the answer. They immediately assume money, status, or financial security explains everything. But female psychology reveals motivations that are often much deeper and more emotional. Many younger women are attracted to qualities that have nothing to do with wealth or social status. These hidden psychological factors frequently influence attraction more strongly than age, appearance, or material success. Today, we'll uncover 7 hidden reasons younger women often fall for older men. By the end, you'll understand a side of female psychology that many men completely overlook or misunderstand. The final reason is especially powerful because it connects all the others together. It may even change the way you think about attraction, emotional connection, and long-term relationship dynamics forever. One of the biggest differences between boys and men is in age itself. It's emotional control. Over time, life teaches lessons that help many older men remain calm during difficult situations and challenges. Stress, rejection, failure, and disappointment affect everyone. However, experience often changes how people respond. Instead of reacting emotionally, they learn to approach problems with patience, maturity, and a broader perspective. To many younger women, emotional stability feels surprisingly attractive, not because it's thrilling or exciting, but because it creates something far more valuable: emotional safety, reliability, and peace of mind. Women rarely explain this attraction directly. They may describe a man as mature, dependable, or grounded, but beneath those words lies a deeper emotional experience that is often difficult to express. When a man remains calm during stressful situations, he unconsciously communicates strength. Not aggressive strength or physical dominance, but emotional strength. And that type of strength often builds trust surprisingly quickly. Think about the people who make you feel most relaxed. They're usually not the loudest individuals in the room. They're the ones who make difficult situations feel manageable, controlled, and less overwhelming. Many younger women spend years surrounded by emotional chaos, uncertainty, mixed signals, and instability. So when they meet someone emotionally grounded, the difference becomes noticeable almost immediately and naturally. Instead of creating stress, he creates comfort. Instead of adding confusion, he provides clarity. That emotional experience often becomes the first step toward genuine attraction and deeper emotional connection. The interesting part is that many women don't consciously realize what's happening. They simply notice they enjoy spending time with him more than they initially expected or anticipated. They feel calmer, more relaxed, and more secure around him. Over time, those emotions slowly build a powerful foundation for trust, connection, attraction, and long-term emotional attachment. However, emotional stability alone isn't enough to create attraction. Many calm and mature men still struggle with relationships. So what separates the men women admire from those they merely respect? The answer is confidence. But not the kind of confidence most people imagine when they hear that word. The most attractive confidence often looks completely different from what many expect. One of the most attractive qualities in any person is confidence. Yet true confidence doesn't look like arrogance. In fact, genuinely confident people usually seem least interested in proving themselves. Many older men stop seeking constant validation from others. They no longer need approval from everyone around them. This subtle shift changes the way they communicate, behave, and carry themselves. A younger woman can often sense this difference quickly. One man desperately tries to impress her, while another simply enjoys the conversation without constantly needing her approval or validation. The first creates pressure. The second creates comfort. And comfort is often far more attractive than many men realize, because it allows genuine connection to develop naturally without unnecessary emotional tension. Confidence without neediness signals emotional independence. It communicates that a man already values himself regardless of outside opinions, and that mindset creates a psychological effect many women find naturally attractive. People are often drawn toward those who don't seem desperate for attention. When someone constantly seeks validation, curiosity decreases. But when they remain secure in themselves, interest tends to increase naturally. When a man constantly looks for reassurance, attraction often weakens over time. But when he feels comfortable in his own identity, he projects a calm confidence that feels genuine and authentic. Many younger women encounter men who aggressively compete for attention. So when they meet someone who isn't trying to prove himself, he immediately feels different from everyone else around him. His confidence feels rare because it isn't loud. It doesn't demand recognition or approval. Instead, it quietly exists, allowing others to feel comfortable rather than pressured during interactions. Authenticity has become increasingly attractive in a world dominated by performance and social media validation. People are exhausted by constant image management and naturally gravitate toward those who feel real. The strongest confidence doesn't need an audience. It doesn't need applause or acknowledgement. It simply exists, and because of that, people often feel its presence without understanding why. But confidence creates something even more important than attraction. It helps a woman lower her emotional defenses and feel more comfortable expressing who she truly is beneath the surface. Many men believe attraction begins when a woman becomes impressed. However, female psychology often works differently. Attraction frequently begins when a woman feels comfortable enough to stop pretending and simply be herself. Think about the people you trust most in your own life. They are usually the individuals around whom you don't need to carefully monitor every word or action. Many younger women describe this exact feeling when discussing older partners. They often experience less pressure, less competition, and less anxiety about meeting unrealistic expectations or standards. Instead of feeling evaluated, they feel accepted. Instead of feeling criticized, they feel understood. That emotional freedom creates a type of connection many women rarely experience in modern dating. When a woman feels emotionally safe, she naturally becomes more open. She shares deeper thoughts, personal fears, private experiences, and emotions she normally keeps hidden from others. This emotional openness strengthens attachment over time. The more authentic she becomes around someone, the stronger the emotional connection often grows without either person fully realizing it. Many people assume attraction is built entirely on excitement. Yet some of the strongest relationships are built on comfort, trust, understanding, and emotional security, rather than constant emotional highs. This is one reason many age-gap relationships become surprisingly strong. The relationship isn't built on temporary excitement, but on emotional understanding, stability, and genuine acceptance. Comfort may create connection, but another psychological factor often transforms connection into admiration and respect. And that factor plays an important role in nearly every meaningful relationship. That factor is trust. Whether consciously or unconsciously, trust influences almost every important relationship decision a woman makes throughout the course of her life. Life experience plays a major role in developing trust. Over time, people learn valuable lessons through success, failure, disappointment, challenges, and personal growth that shape emotional maturity. When difficult situations appear, experienced individuals are less likely to panic. They've faced uncertainty before and understand that most problems can be solved through patience and clear thinking. A younger woman may not consciously focus on experience itself. Instead, she notices the effects of that experience in the way a man handles everyday situations and challenges. She notices how he responds during conflict. She notices how he makes decisions. She notices how he remains calm when unexpected problems arise and pressure begins to build. These observations slowly create trust. And trust is one of the most powerful emotional foundations upon which attraction, attachment, and long-term commitment are often built. When trust increases, emotional resistance decreases. A woman begins feeling more secure investing her time, energy, attention, and emotions into the relationship without constant fear or uncertainty. Over time, trust often transforms into admiration. She starts respecting not only who he is as a person, but also how he approaches life and responsibility. And admiration is incredibly powerful because people rarely develop deep feelings for someone they don't genuinely respect. Respect often becomes the bridge between attraction and emotional attachment. Yet there is another quality that creates admiration almost immediately. A quality that has very little to do with age and everything to do with having purpose and direction. Many younger women are naturally attracted to men who have direction in life. Not because those men are perfect, but because they know exactly what they are working toward every day. Purpose creates focus. Focus creates confidence. And confidence creates attraction. A man with a clear mission often moves through life with greater certainty, clarity, and emotional stability than others. He isn't constantly searching for his identity or changing directions every week. Instead, he has a sense of purpose that naturally creates consistency and long-term emotional stability. For many women, this feels reassuring. It signals maturity, discipline, and long-term thinking rather than impulsive behavior. And those qualities often become increasingly attractive as emotional connection develops. Purpose also creates meaning. Human beings are naturally drawn toward people who are building something important in their lives rather than simply drifting through life without direction, whether it's a career, a business, a mission, a family, or personal growth. Purpose gives someone a reason to keep moving forward despite setbacks and challenges. Many younger women find this deeply attractive because purpose reflects commitment, self-respect, discipline, and responsibility. These qualities often inspire admiration and create stronger emotional attraction over time. Purpose shifts attention away from age and toward character. Instead of focusing on years, people begin noticing the qualities that truly define a person's value and identity. And this is where attraction often becomes much deeper than physical appearance. Because emotional connection grows strongest when admiration and respect become part of the relationship. But now we arrive at one of the most overlooked attraction triggers in female psychology, a factor that often transforms attraction into genuine emotional attachment and lasting connection. Many people assume women fall in love because they become impressed. But female psychology often reveals a different reality. Women usually become emotionally attached when they feel genuinely understood. Most people spend their lives wanting one simple thing. They want someone who understands them without judgment, criticism, or constant attempts to change who they are as individuals. Unfortunately, many conversations never reach that level. People listen to respond, they listen to advise, they listen to correct mistakes, but they rarely listen to truly understand. Over time, many older men develop a different approach. They become better listeners because life teaches patience, empathy, and the importance of understanding before offering solutions. When a woman shares her emotions, she doesn't always want answers. Sometimes she simply wants someone to listen carefully and acknowledge what she's currently experiencing without judgment. This creates a powerful emotional experience. She feels seen, she feels heard. Most importantly, she feels understood. And those emotions often strengthen emotional attachment more than physical attraction alone. When a woman feels understood, she naturally becomes more emotionally connected. She begins associating that person with comfort, trust, safety, and emotional support during both good and difficult times. This is why emotional intelligence is often more attractive than appearance. Looks may create attention, but understanding creates the emotional bond that allows relationships to grow much deeper. Many women never forget the people who made them feel understood. Years later, they may still remember those emotions, because emotional experiences often leave lasting psychological impressions. People rarely remember every conversation they have. What they remember most is how someone made them feel during those conversations and moments of emotional vulnerability. A woman who feels emotionally understood often becomes more trusting, more open, and more emotionally invested. Without realizing it, she begins creating a stronger emotional bond. And that bond can become significantly more powerful than physical attraction alone, because emotional connection often determines whether attraction remains temporary or develops into something meaningful. All of these reasons eventually lead to one final psychological factor. The factor that ties everything together and explains why some younger women choose older men despite outside opinions. At the deepest level, attraction is not only about the present moment. It is also about the future and the emotional experience someone imagines having in that future. Human beings naturally move toward people who make them feel secure about what comes next. And for many women, emotional security is one of the strongest attraction triggers. When a woman imagines a future with someone, she evaluates more than attraction. She evaluates consistency, reliability, trust, emotional stability, and the ability to handle life's challenges. She may ask herself questions she never says aloud. Can I trust this person? Will he remain dependable during difficult moments? Can I rely on him when life becomes complicated? Many older men naturally score higher in these areas because life experience has helped them develop qualities that younger men are often still working to build and strengthen. Again, this isn't really about age itself. It's about the emotional characteristics that frequently come with maturity, growth, responsibility, patience, self-control, and reliability. These qualities create emotional safety. And emotional safety is incredibly attractive because it provides reassurance in a world filled with uncertainty, unpredictability, and constant emotional distractions. This is why many younger women are not actually choosing an older man. They are choosing the emotional experience he creates whenever they are around him. They choose trust over confusion, consistency over unpredictability, security over emotional chaos. And once you understand this, age gap relationships begin making much more psychological sense. The reality is that younger women don't automatically fall for older men. But when they do, it is often because these powerful psychological factors are working together. Emotional stability, confidence, comfort, trust, purpose, understanding, and emotional security. Together, these qualities create a combination that many women naturally find attractive regardless of age. So the next time someone claims age gap relationships are only about money or status, remember something important. Human attraction is far more complex than most people realize. People don't simply fall in love with appearances. They fall in love with experiences. They fall in love with emotions. And most of all, they fall in love with how someone makes them feel. Now I'd like to hear your opinion. Which of these 7 reasons do you think is the most important? Share your thoughts and personal experiences in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want more content about female psychology, attraction, relationships, and emotional connection, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for future videos. And if you found this video valuable, share it with someone who would enjoy learning the deeper psychology behind attraction and the hidden dynamics that influence relationships. Thank you for watching. And remember, a younger woman rarely falls for a number. She falls for the feelings a man creates when she is with him. And sometimes, those feelings become far more powerful than age itself.